Track 2016 is on the trail for the last day before voters go to the polls. And after months of being on the campaign and all the commercials, Brad Bell has one question for voters that he met in Fairfax County today. Brad, what did you ask?
Well, Michelle, I'm going to tell you in just a minute, but I'll show you what's going on here right now. Look behind us. There's some Hillary Clinton campaigners waving signs, but this is our last stop. We wanted to do something a little different today. So, on the side of the Vote Track 2016 Hummer, we put up this poster board, and we asked folks to describe the election in a single word. Some of the responses: disappointing, controversial. Someone wrote in Hillary. Over here, someone wrote in Trump. The bottom line is, a lot of people had a lot to say.
Our message board isn't up long before people start to weigh in. One word to describe this election cycle. Ryan Hetman chooses chaotic.
Honestly, the news is showing too much of Trump doing the insane things instead of the actual issues.
7-year-old Cyrus DiDeresi suggests frightening to his mom. Then he writes it out himself.
Kids are watching and they have a pretty good sense of that this election's a little different.
A cartoon appears with a caption: help. Historic, important, controversial, and disappointing are added. So is freedom. That contributor pointing out that the vote is part of our freedom. Steve Schwarten's word is necessary.
Whether or not we all love the candidates that are available, if you don't participate, then you can't really complain, about the process.
So back live now. Take a look at this one right here. This is chose the lesser of two evils. Trump is the lesser. During the last 4 weeks, we've heard a lot of that going in both directions. Very interesting outlook on this election. In Fairfax, Brad Bell, ABC 7 News.
And Brad, before you go, you've been traveling in Vote Track for about a month now, a very unique experience. What has stood out for you?
Yeah, you know what? It's actually been an honor to be able to travel around to all these towns in this big car and talk to people and find out what they have to say, not just what the politicians have to say. And I got to tell you right here, this has been the #1 response. People saying they're not happy with either candidates, and many of them are voting for one or the other simply because they won't vote for the other. Now, we're going to get into more of that when we come back at 5. We're going to look back at our now 4 weeks of travel.
All right, Brad, thank you so much. John?